Don't let your guard down and think that this could never happen to you, or that you could never make the same choices I did. I remember very well promising my children when they were very young that they never had to worry about mom and dad getting a divorce. And yet not too many years later, we were no longer a family. In a book that I read recently, the author, who's a well-known speaker and travels across the United States, reported that he takes a survey everywhere he goes. He asks the anonymous question, have you been in an affair, or are you currently in an affair? And he says that without exception, the average in any group is approximately 10%. And of that 10%, a high majority of the people are leaders in the church, deacons, elders, pastors. And I have to tell you today that I'm in one of those 10%. If you think that very few people will be affected by the actions you take and the decisions that you make, you're wrong. My daughter has a really good example that she uses of a grenade. When a grenade goes off, so many people are hurt. The people that are very close to the grenade, very close to the explosion, many are killed, seriously injured. Even the ones that are just a little further away are still maybe lose a leg or an arm, but they're seriously damaged, they're seriously affected. And all the way out to where there's ones on the fringe that are still seriously hurt. That's very similar to what happens when there's an affair or divorce. Many, many people's lives are affected. Many people are hurt. Many people's lives are just turned upside down. When parents become involved in an affair or in a divorce, they tell themselves one of two things. They either say, well, my children are really young. They're going to grow up used to it. They're going to see friends all around them that have multiple sets of grandparents and parents. It's just going to be common for them, and it's not going to affect them. Others will say, as I did, my children are grown. They're mature. They're adults. They know that these things happen in the world, and they will understand, so it's not going to affect them. My daughter likes to say that those are lies from the pit of hell, and that's exactly what they are. Your children will be affected. I want to ask you, who do you love the most? Do you love yourself the most and what you want, or do you love your children the most? I have a question for you. Do you find yourself dressing up a little bit more when you go to work? Do you find yourself getting there early so that you can be there when the other person that you're interested in arrives for work early? Do you find yourself signing up for a particular Sunday school class because someone you know is going to be in that class? As I ask these questions, it may not be the exact thing you're doing, but if you're doing anything similar, you know in your heart what it is you're doing. You know that you're playing with fire, and you know you shouldn't be doing those things. It's time to stop. Today is the day to stop.